Hey, this is Miirkat. This video is going to be a little bit different than what I usually post on this channel and what people are used to. Mostly this is going to be me talking. There's going to be some images and stuff relevant to what I'm talking about, but for the most part, the whole point of this video is to address most of the concerns and questions that I've been getting over the past few months on my YouTube channel. So first off, I want to talk about the objective and intent of this YouTube channel. Some of the earlier videos that I've made for this channel were just stuff that were pretty much random for friends and myself, and some trolling on AJ as well. As time moved on, I've tried to move away from that and add clips that I personally thought were funny or interesting in some way. These videos may not be technically useful, but I thought they were entertaining to some degree. So flash forward up to the present, some of the videos that I've been posting up lately, I still think that I've maintained some kind of silliness or entertainment value, but I think a lot of it has also included a little bit more of a technical aspect to it. Now this is where I want to kind of lay down the line on what I'm doing with my videos here on YouTube and what I do with SkillCapped. As many of you know, and some of you don't know, I actually work for a website called skillcapped.com. Now, I've actually gotten a lot of questions on exactly what SkillCapped is, so I'm going to answer those questions here. Now, don't worry, this video isn't going to turn into a giant plug for SkillCapped. I just want to clarify to everyone what SkillCapped is all about, and the difference between the videos and stuff that I do over there as opposed to my YouTube channel. SkillCapped is an instructional site dedicated in improving people's PvP game in arenas and rated battlegrounds. The difference between my content over there and over here is that here it's more entertainment, it's not really edited much, and pretty much the only thing that you're getting from me is the banter between me and my teammates and what we're doing in the heat of the moment. Now what my videos and also articles over in SkillCapped do is I take all my clips, and many of which you don't see here, and we break them down to kind of show what I'm thinking about in Arena, how I'm CCing, how I'm setting up Feral Burst, how I'm coordinating things with my teammates, and other things that basically help you to improve and become a better PvP player. Now, a lot of people have asked me specific questions on my YouTube channel and some of my videos about things like gearing as a Feral Druid, or specking, or talents, glyphs, etc., even setting up damage or how you can kill certain teams. This is where SkillCapped becomes extremely beneficial for these types of players, because it answers a lot of these questions through articles, videos, and even forum discussions. For example, I noticed that a lot of Ferals were having difficulties putting out pressure or even killing opponents. I noticed that a lot of Ferals really didn't understand how to set up their damage or burst, so I made a video on it, and a lot of Ferals seemed to positively respond and actually improve their game because of this type of video. Overall, I strongly believe that if you're the type of player who's looking for any kind of help in improving your game or just getting better in PvP, I think that SkillCapped is definitely worth checking out. We even have Feral Druids who are playing in the 2200, 2400 rating who are finding a lot of the information useful. So whatever bracket you're in, I think you can definitely find some use out of this website. Now I want to swing away from SkillCapped a little bit and talk more about this YouTube channel now. If you're still listening to me at this point, then I'm sure you're pretty relieved to hear that. Now, there's really nothing that's going to change in a negative way about how I've been running this YouTube channel. Most of you have gotten used to having the SkillCapped logo at the beginning, and I've also added the SkillCapped link in the description, and that's pretty much what I'm going to leave it at. I've gotten a couple of nasty comments about me being a sellout, or me not addressing the fans, or some kind of hate about me trying to redirect people over to SkillCapped. I just want to reiterate to everyone that the whole point of this channel is for me to basically share my videos that I found entertaining with everyone else. Unlike other people on YouTube, this channel really doesn't serve any kind of gain for myself. For instance, I don't have any kind of advertisements, I don't have any kind of deal with SkillCapped or Machinima to get money based on my views or anything. The views don't matter to me, the subscribers don't matter to me, in the point where I am going to get gain from you guys. That being said, I appreciate the comments, I appreciate the number of subscribers. I would like if you guys comment, say stuff, yeah, even, trash me down, it doesn't matter. This is just for sharing, and I like reading your comments, even if they are bad. It makes me want to cry a little bit, but, I'll man up and we'll have a good laugh afterwards. Okay, well that's enough babbling about the whole YouTube SkillCapped thing. I'm sure you guys are getting bored, especially because we just hit the 5-minute mark. Now I'm going to address and answer the questions that I most commonly get on my videos and as well as my inbox. I'll be perfectly honest, it got to a point where I stopped reading my inbox and I ignored a lot of the questions that were being asked on my YouTube. The reason being, and I'm sure some of you have noticed, is that every video tends to have the exact same question that I've actually answered or that other people have answered for me in other videos. So for me, this gets a little bit tedious to answer the same question every single day, especially when we have the answer readily available on Arena Junkies or in another video or even on SkillCap. So my sincerest apologies for those of you who have asked me questions or who have sent me mail and I didn't respond to you all. Hopefully this video will change all that and I can get back to actually answering questions. So without any more delay, let's get at them. So first of all, the characters that I'm playing. One is a Worgen Druid on Manaroth, and the other one is a Tauren Druid on Illidan. Now, my Tauren Druid was my main Druid up until recently, where I ended up playing my Alliance Worgen Druid because of all the Horde queue delays, you know, sitting in a queue for 20 hours when everyone needed to honor farm. That was really not fun for me at the beginning of Cataclysm, so playing on my Alliance Alt Druid just seemed to be the perfect match. I try to play different comps on both of my druids to get more content, you know, different stuff, rather than only playing one comp each and every time. Now, a lot of people have also asked me about the other Miirkats that appear on the armory, and those guys are not me. The only two Miirkats that I own are the two that I've just mentioned, but there's also a couple of level 1 alts that are really insignificant anyway. I also have two other druids that are pretty close to level 85, however, their names aren't Miirkat. If those characters end up getting 85 and geared at some point in the future, I will probably make some kind of announcement or post that saying that these are my characters. But until then, only worry about the two that I've just mentioned. Alright, so the biggest question that I get is my user interface. For the most part, my user interface is the default Blizzard UI. Now there's a couple of custom tweaks that I use, and we'll go over this. The first thing that I use is an add-on called Move Anything. This allows me to move my my portrait frame and my target, my focus target, all the way down to the middle center of my screen. From what I heard, this is going to be a default feature in 4.1 or 4.2, so this add-on really shouldn't be that significant in the future. The next thing that you see on the portrait icons is an add-on that I've written myself called Miirkat's Portrait Icons. The link is actually down in the description here. What this add-on does is that it changes all the portrait icons that are normally the headshots of the characters into class icons. However, for the Druid class, it also shows the Druid forms, so this is helpful to know if I'm in cat form or in bear form. The other add-on that modifies the portrait icons is an add-on called Lose Control. Now, every time that there's any kind of CC on a target, on myself, on my teammates, focus, etc., that icon of the spell will go over the portrait. So the next thing, a lot of people think that I use power auras. I actually don't. Aside from the default Blizzard power auras, I use a script written by Midna to show my Predator Swiftness, which is that little crescent over the top of my character. This script is also packaged with my Druid Icon add-on, but it can also be downloaded separately in the link below. And my last add-on is Spell Alerter. This is the add-on that has the raid warnings with the icons of spells that my enemies are using. From what I've heard from other players is that the download links available on Curse or other websites for this add-on aren't necessarily working, and they've actually asked me to put up my working version up. At some point in the future, I'll go ahead and put mine up, but right now I'm still tweaking with a couple of the settings and adding other spells. Alright, so the next thing are macros and stuff. One big question is how I get my bar to completely change with the default UI while I'm in stealth. This is simply done with a macro that inserts the stealth modifier into it. So this actually isn't a legitimate stealth or prowl bar, it's just macros to kind of emulate one. As for the rest of my macros, there's actually an extensive list of my macros as well as my keybinds that can be found on SkillCap if you just look at my profile. The next biggest question is what kind of music I add into all my videos. For the most part, all the music that I use is created by the Touhou fan community. Now, I'm not going to sit here and explain what Touhou is, but if you want a little bit more of the music that I use, you can even search on YouTube for things like Touhou Instrumental, and you can find a lot of the artists that I actually borrow from. So to address some of the negative comments, a lot of people don't realize that I actually live and play from Hawaii, and I play on a Chicago server, which isn't exactly beneficial to me. Some of you Australian players who play to the US, or even European players who play to the US, will kind of understand the latency issue that we all deal with. On average, I get about 200, 230 latency with Fleatrix and even WoW tunnels. The issue of latency actually becomes even worse because I don't have a really strong computer. So once I start frapsing videos, my FPS ends up going to about 20 to 25. So a lot of people have noticed, things like, oh, why are you doing this? Why are you kicking late, etc., etc. So from my eyes, when I'm actually playing it, I'm actually preemptively kicking or kicking really early or stuff like that. And what you're seeing after on the fraps is that I'm just being a retard. So that's kind of my excuse, I guess, for that one, but whatever. So this next one is actually going to be my last comment because this video is getting a little bit long and I think it's really boring for you to hear my voice for this long. It's not so much of a question more as it is people making comments about it. The introduction that you have of the 2 Varel Druids, I actually drew those by myself, and some other times I add in other doodles into other videos. I actually have my own DeviantArt site. I'm actually an artist as well. If you'd like to check out my art, there's actually a link down below for my DeviantArt site. And yeah, that's pretty much all I'm going to address in this video because this is getting a little bit long. I hope this is useful for someone and it helps answer a lot of those questions. If there are any other questions that I didn't address in this video, then go ahead and ask down below and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. So for everyone else, I hope that you continue to watch my videos and you continue to enjoy them. I'd like to make more videos for you guys, and for those of you who want to check out SkillCap, go ahead and do that too. I strongly recommend it. Alright, see you guys.